Sabrina 1, 3 months in. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nike Sabrina 1 outdoors for 3 months wear on a concrete court. Before we do that, we're going to take a really quick look at the tech specs if you do not care about that whatsoever and just want to see the durability of the Nike Sabrina 1. I will have this video timestamped, so you are more than welcome to jump ahead. The Nike Sabrina 1 released last year and retails for $130 US. It features a embroidered textile build in the toe box moving on up to the lace line. We have a pretty breathable tongue. It's kind of like a shorts material, just a regular standard mesh tongue. We have plastic going from the midfoot in the medial, sorry, this is lateral and the medial side, and then we have some fabric accents in the heel and on the tongue. The cushion on this shoe is Nike React. It is full length, it is a relatively low stack, and there is a large zoom unit in the forefoot. The traction featured on this colorway is a solid rubber. It is a kind of a wavy herringbone pattern, and you have two lines running through the middle of the shoe. But starting off with how the uppers have maintained their lifespan during the 3 months I played in them, they've been very good. Actually, there's been no sole separation, there's been not really any sort of scuffs. I don't do an insane amount of dragging. I kind of play like Luka Doncic, and he's kind of slow. So I don't think I'm going to beat up my shoes nearly as much as somebody that really likes to jump around and get kind of crazy. But there has been some bubbling in the toe box right here. As you can see, it's quite a bit of bubbling, and it's kind of ugly. It's held up though, it's pretty good. This is a really thick material to this textile build with all this embroidery just surrounding the entire thing, but it's held up well. There has been some pinching, but in terms of durability on the entire upper, like the collar padding, the tongue padding, everything's felt great. The collar padding took a while to break in. I would say it's a bit of a stiffer foam, but it broke in pretty recently towards the end of the 2 months period. And everything's looked pretty good so far. Not really any signs of wear or tear on the uppers. Moving on to how the cushion has felt during this 3 month span, taking it outdoors. The React has been great. It's a pretty low stack. I don't feel like I really burned through it. I don't think that was really an issue with React. That's kind of why it replaced Lunar Lawn in the foam setups Nike has right now. But it's still got great bounce. The zoom unit still feels pretty good. Can't really feel it too much. It's kind of there, but it feels good. Everything in the cushion feels really great. Still great heel compression, great comfort. I really like all of it. Heading on down to probably the most important part when we are talking about durability, and that is going to be the traction. The traction so far on the Nike Sabrina 1 has been pretty mediocre. The grip itself is not very good in my opinion, but in terms of the durability, there's been quite a bit of wear in the heel. It is a very shallow pattern too, so I don't think it's going to last too much longer outdoors, but it's starting to wear on the lateral side. That's pretty much standard though, with Nike basketball shoes, at least in my experience. The medial side has had a little bit of wear spots just because of how shallow it is. And then this entire stretch right here on the medial side is like just so shallow that only a little bit of wear has already made this like almost smooth. But the traction so far has been just pretty mediocre. It's probably not going to last too much longer. I'd give it a couple more months, maybe 3 or 4 on the high end. In terms of how everything is really held up and kind of the overall quality of the shoe, like quality control and stuff, it's been pretty good. Nothing like stitched in has really broken off or anything. These plastic like additions, like the Sabrina logo on the tongue, has been fine. There's been nothing. It does get pretty dirty, but it's pretty easy to clean off, which is good. I thought it was gonna hold on to a lot of stains, especially in the textile area, but they've been able to just wipe off completely. This midsole is pretty easy to clean, so if you like to keep your shoes clean, these are going to be a great pickup for you. And then in terms of the overall quality control, everything looks fine. There's been some glue separation, like on the medial side. I know this is a Team Bank colorway release, so I'm pretty sure those ones are like the lowest quality of what the Sabrina 1 gets released. But it's been okay. The overall quality of this, just in general, isn't fantastic. I go more into depth on that in my Sabrina 1 versus Nike GT Cut Academy video. If you guys want to check that out, I will have it linked and it's also just up on my channel. So my biggest takeaways for the durability 3 months in on the Nike Sabrina 1 is it's been great in the uppers. I mean, nothing's really broken down at all, which is fantastic. I could not probably ask for anything better. Nothing shows any signs of wear. Like I said, this is just my personal opinion and playstyle. It could be way different for you. You might get a different batch. I know how Nike's quality control can be sometimes. But overall for me, in the uppers especially, it's been great. The traction in the bottom has not been great. I do worry a little bit for it, but I might continue playing in it just until it dies or something, just because I feel like it. But it's been good. The cushion hasn't bottomed out at all. Everything's been pretty good. I just want to say this is kind of unrelated to the durability of it, but the fit is a half size too long. If you have wide feet, I would just ultimately stay away from these altogether. But if you have just kind of regular feet, maybe skinny feet, probably go down half a size. They just fit pretty long in the toes, and that probably is what caused some discomfort for me and maybe made the durability slightly worse, and why there's so much wear on the toe spot, because I might have been dragging a little bit. But all in all, it's a pretty good shoe. You guys should definitely check it out if you can get on sale. Make sure to go half size down. I cannot stress that enough. And that'll pretty much do it for today's durability check-in and update. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so it would be amazing if you guys could subscribe. I really appreciate all the support you guys have gotten me. Just as a little incentive, I will do an outdoor review on the Adidas AE1. I will destroy this outsole. I will grind it into nothing on rough concrete. It will be horrible for me, but if we can get to 1,000, I will do it for you guys. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.